Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Karma on Deck of My Psychic One. I'm Karma. We're going to do the Aquarius reading for October 30th through November 5th. Happy Halloween. Have you felt like a Coke bottle that got thrown around in a car wreck and shaken up and ready to combust, or what? I don't know about you. Mercury has not even started yet, but shadow has come in like a wrecking ball. So let's take a look and see what's going on for you, dear Aquarius. Game on, darling. Game on. All right, kids, here we go. Aquarius. Okay. First thing that comes up for you, Aquarius, is the Hermit card. If you find yourself isolated, separated, wanting some peace and quiet, I definitely see that that's a part of things for you. I see the Justice card. So if you're feeling judged, and that's what's been happening for me as well. I'm Aquarius moon, and I haven't liked it very much. I do see some celebration, Nine of Cups. I've been spending some time with friends and family so I can get a little regrounding and some centering, right? Nine of Cups is all about celebration. Ace of Cups is joy and fulfillment. It's time for you to make some decisions right here. We do have the Justice card. The Knight of Swords is impulsive behavior. So this is your background, your foundation of what's coming up for you next. But we have the Knight of Swords, and that's referencing you having some impulsive decision making going on. Right here we have you building your foundation. Nine of Wands, King of Swords. Whatever little shit you've been going through, just know the victory is on the rise for you, because not only do we have the King of Swords, we have the Sun card, which is all about balance. I know Capricorn had a bunch of balance coming up for them, and interesting little roles people are playing in our lives. We have the Sun card, which is celebration and balance. We have all the signs of the zodiac, all the material that we need, yin and yang. And the Magician for you, dear Aquarius, that tells me it's go time. There's no more time for you to be sitting on the sidelines. It's time for you to get on stage and perform fully, okay? The only other thing that I would tell you, Aquarius, is we have the Five of Cups. If you are looking closely at people and their evidence, it's telling me that you are, people may or may not be making promises they can't keep. So you're trying to get to the bottom of the data. Okay. You're feeling very emotional this upcoming week. The Knight of Cups is telling me that they're flowing through you, and you might be a little impulsive with that as well. So if you're feeling like you're letting out your emotions instead of processing them, use caution, because Mercury retrograde can have things getting a little misunderstood. There's confusion. Okay. Eight of Coins. This is you working harder for your money than you necessarily need to, and it means physical labor. A King of Wands, you might be stepping into some leadership roles at work. I know Capricorn was playing with Emperor energy, but for you, the King of Wands, this is something you might be hired to do, stepping into some leadership or having a promotion, so to speak. The Star card is telling us that you are well in alignment, though, with where you're supposed to be. So trust the process. Don't rattle the cage too much. This is all for your greater good. I hate saying that. That is the first time I ever heard a psychic tell me that this is for your greater good. I wanted to punch her, because I think I was crying at the time. And, I don't even think it was solicited. I think it was just like, oh, this is for your greater good and life lesson. I'm like, fuck your life lesson. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. And I was being nasty about it. So the Star card is all about alignment. So I also can tell you that the Star card has a tendency to have us looking too much at our purpose rather than our 3D. So find yourself straddling that line carefully, because you can get too lost in spiritual realm or too lost in the physical, to where you don't have any balance. You're not paying attention to the signs because you're too busy working, or you're not paying attention to the things you should be doing because you're paying attention to the purpose or astrology or your spirit, and kind of checking out of one or the other. So find your balance in that. I do see the Judgment card. So unfortunately, there's a lot of tension going on for you for next week. So I'm just telling you this so you can prepare yourself. You're going to feel a little on edge. We do have the Judgment card. So you're going to feel like you're on a razor's edge with judgment and people's opinions. And that's never fun. If you have some legal documentation and paperwork coming, don't sign anything impulsively and emotionally, because we do have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords. So use caution, and also vet out your information before you go leaping onto a new opportunity, because the Five of Cups is telling me that there might be promises people are making that they can't really back up. Okay, they're writing a check, they're asking cash. All right, so we do have the Ace of Cups, though. So let's move on into your relationship portion of the reading, so we can get a good look at how your relationships are panning out. Oh, My ears are ringing big time. It's starting to drive me a little crazy. Okay. Aquarius. I always want to sing that Age of Aquarius when I say Aquarius. Nah, I'm not going to do it. Okay, here we go, kids. Ooh, family. So 6 of Cups is telling me, Aquarius, that you're going to find yourself around friends and family, or bringing your circle small, or spending your time around little children. It is Halloween, so that's not really an out of character card to be seeing. I see the King of Wands. Let's see here. Lack of sleep, restlessness, insomnia. That's the 9 of Swords. If you're laying up at night, pulling things apart, you know, this is a sadness card. I'm picking up the elements of sadness on this. Regret, feeling lonely. The 9 of Swords is staying up at night, taking things apart. 8 of Wands, right there next to it is fatigue. So you're feeling a little drained. Then the Empress card right next to the 8 of Wands is telling me that you're feeling a little bit like you're ready for things to be happening, ready for things to pop. You're impatient. Okay, but the Empress presenting itself tells us it is almost or is about time. So let's continue and see what's going on for you. 7 of Cups, overwhelmed. Too many choices, don't know quite what you want. Fear. So if you're standing in fear, that is not abundance thinking. Okay, 9 of Cups, which is regret. 7 of Cups, which is overwhelm. The Moon card, which is fear. The Sun card, which is your abundance. So you're holding yourself back from your abundance when it comes to relationships because you're not being vulnerable, open, and honest. And I don't mean honest as in lies. I mean honest as in saying what you really feel. You're keeping yourself bottled up because you're afraid, and you have some regrets over how you've handled things in the past. So emotionally speaking, this is where you're at. Can't tell you what you should or shouldn't do, but this is the emotional process that's affecting you. You're looking at all of how people have betrayed you. You're looking, not saying victim, okay? Maybe if you truly have been victimized, there's truth in that. It did happen. But staying in that place of lack to where you're not feeling you have abundance, to where you're feeling as if things couldn't possibly get better, is going to hinder that. So heal that. We also have the 2 of Pentacles, which is you can't decide which path you want to take. That may or may not be financially. And I see the Death card. So change is coming for you, Aquarius. Change is coming. Think of it as a baptism, a rebirth, not necessarily something dark, but beautiful. It's my favorite card in the deck. 2 of Wands, indecisive, Aquarius. So you have the 2 of Wands and the 2 of Pentacles. So do you have 2 lovers that you're sitting between trying to decide what it is that you want to do? Okay. Indecision is a decision. Just remember what I always say. If you can't decide, sometimes one option will have an expiration date and you will lose one, and then you'll regret not having made a choice, because then you won't be sure that you chose because you chose. So indecision is a big deal, and this may not even just be you and a lover. It may just be between you and what's for your greater good, or keeping things as status quo. Frustration is the name of the game for you right now. It's not necessarily stagnancy, but an overabundance of options and choices. So tread softly with that. Be kind to yourself. Just know that you can expect a little bit of fatigue. And like I said, you've got some tension coming. Much love to you. This isn't going to be an easy week. I regret being the bearer of bad news on that one, but just have faith. These processes are good to move some things out of our way so that we can see a little clearer for what our path is. It's not really good to hear. I don't like hearing that crap either. However, here to give you a little light at the end of the tunnel. I am going to pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients. This is my favorite part. And maybe it'll give us a little insight on what you need to do next. If you want a one-on-one with me, you know how to do it. karmaondeck.com. Or you can find me on my psychic one. Ooh, I want this one. I'm an Aquarius moon, guys, so this is like no joke. I'm feeling you on this. Okay. Ogam, nature. I don't think I've ever gotten this one for myself or one of my readings, so I'm going to read it with intention to see what it has to say for me. Because Aquarius moon, Pisces rising. Okay, so Ogam, nature. And I'm definitely finding myself around nature and craving it. The mystery of the old ways beckons. Tap into the ancient wisdom of the ancestors and connect with the magic of nature. Embrace the delicious warmth of the sun. Breathe in the purity of the air, feel the earth under your feet, and cleanse yourself in streams and rivers. Remember, you are part of the natural world. Through your lifetimes, you have accumulated great knowledge. Now, seek the wise teachings of the trees, their wisdom keepers who have stood by silently, witnessing every detail of passing centuries. Spend time outside with these gentle giants. They hold the keys to your past and allow them to unlock the remembrance you hold deep within. You are ready to be unleashed. So, growth, birth, creation isn't easy. Creation and birth is destructive. You have to break down an old way of thinking, an old way of moving, an old way of behaving. Like a seed, it takes privacy, it takes a bunch of expulsive energy in order to break the shell and grow and create a new bud. Childbirth, ugly, messy, loud, painful, vulnerable, bloody, sweaty, sad, exciting, but it's holy at the end, right? The incantation for the week: my hand doth run across the bark of tall trees standing tall and stark. Memories of old, now rebirth, ancient signs, answers unearthed. Get yourself in nature, even if you just take an afternoon or a walk at a park. Get yourself grounded, Aquarius, so you can think clearly. Much love and light. I will see you guys next week. Catch me on the live in the meantime.